Today, I will be going on a hike. Across a bridge and down a pipeline clearing. Through a field and through a clearing into one of the last remaining original pieces of the North Princeton Developmental Center, the Sacred Grounds Upper Cemetery. The Sacred Grounds Upper Cemetery is off the map, unkept, and forgotten about. Patients of all ages who died from the early 1900s to the mid-1900s were buried here. After that, patients were buried in the much more well-known Lower Grounds Cemetery. Next, we'll travel down the road to the Maplewood House, or the Vorhees House, or where it once stood. The David C. Vorhees House predates the rest of the North Princeton Developmental Center by 50 years. It was built in 1845 by John A. Vorhees as a farmhouse, later being passed down to his son David C. Vorhees. The house was then sold to the state of New Jersey in 1898 to be used in the newly built New Jersey State Village for Epileptics. In late 2011, however, an unknown group of kids decided to set the historic abandoned building on fire. Shortly after, the building was demolished, and this is all that remains. The rest of the North Princeton Developmental Center tells a similar story. It started life as the New Jersey State Village for Epileptics before epilepsy was well understood. The village was designed to be self-sustaining, complete with food processing and power-generating capabilities, with patients providing much of the labor. In the 1930s, the 1,000-plus acre village housed more than 1,500 patients and staff in more than 100 buildings. The facility closed in 1952 as treatment for epilepsy improved and came back as the North Princeton Developmental Center for the mentally ill, disturbed, people with developmental problems, and addicts. The entire facility was shut down for good in 1998 and completely abandoned in the early 2000s. And as of 2012, the facility has almost completely been flattened. The demolition made way for a 247-acre community park to be built. The park is full of things to do, with a 2.2-mile dog and bicycle-friendly loop path featuring workout equipment along the way, chess tables, beautiful places to picnic along the river, and even a fenced-in dog park. Very few structures from the North Princeton Developmental Center remain, and only 2 remain in use. One was turned into a shelter for feral animals in the nearby animal shelter, and the rest sits abandoned and decaying. The vast majority of what used to be the North Princeton Developmental Center can be remembered through roads that now lead to nothing, abandoned parking lots, and random light poles and fire hydrants in the middle of nowhere. There's no use at being angry about such a large piece of Montgomery history having been erased and destroyed, because it's still nice to take a walk through the park and take in the beautiful scenery and simply imagine what it all once was.